Good Erev Shabbos, everyone, just on the run. So this week is Shabbos Tazria Metzora and Shabbos Rosh Chodesh, the month of Iyar, Ani Hashem Rafa'echa, and also today is Lamed Nisan, the final day of the Chodesh HaGeula. So a small vart, the Rebbe says in this week's Hayom Yom. It's brought down from the story of the Chassidim of the Alter Rebbe, that he once asked the Alter Rebbe, which is greater, Avos Hashem, loving Hashem, or Avos Yisrael, loving your fellow Jew? And the Alter Rebbe answered them that both Avos Hashem, loving Hashem, and Avos Yisrael is engraved to the core of the Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, the functioning parts of our soul, is connected to the idea of both loving Hashem and loving our fellow Jew. But the pasuk says, the verse says, "Ahavti eschem amar Hashem." God says, "I love you. I love the Jewish people, all the Jewish people." And therefore, the Alter Rebbe concluded that loving your fellow Jew is greater than loving Hashem, because you should love who your beloved loves. The Eibishter, Hashem, loves every Jew. So if He loves every Jew, you have to love every Jew as well. That's the most important thing. And it seems like a very nice, sweet vart. It's actually very deep, because we know that a lot of times in life, what is defined as love, the question could ask itself, why do I have to love what my beloved loves? I could love my beloved, and I don't necessarily have to love what my beloved loves. So that kind of approach is possibly valid if I'm something and the next person is something, or the next entity is something. So I love that other entity, which in a way benefits me. It's called Yesh Mi She'oyev, someone who loves. And on a high level, it's not just that I love Hashem because Hashem's going to give me parnasa, He's going to give me livelihood, He's going to heal me, He's going to look after me. Or even on a higher level, you love Hashem to connect to spirituality, to godliness, to holiness. You love Hashem to bask in the ray of light in the Garden of Eden. That's all nice and good. That's all the love of Yesh Mi She'oyev, someone who loves. I have something, I am something, and I want to love Hashem. The love benefits me. I take something from it. So when you ask a person to love what their beloved loves, they have to ask themselves, how does that go in line with how I love myself? Of someone who loves. Is it a contradiction of someone who loves to love what my beloved loves? But when a person gets closer to Hashem, and by getting closer to Hashem loses self-identity, is a person that serves Hashem, is in Avos, you become bottled b'metzias, your whole entity is nullified, because you're so consumed and so become one with your beloved. So the closer you are to the person, or to Hashem in this case, with your beloved, so you automatically love what your beloved loves. It's a sign, the closer you get, the closer and the more refined, the more feeling you have to your love for Hashem, the closer, the less you feel self. And if you're one with Hashem, then automatically you love what Hashem loves. And that's very much connected to the Sfiras Omer, when we know that the counting of the Omer is also connected to the time of Avelis, of mourning for the Jewish people, for the death of the students of Rabbi Akiva, which didn't express Avos Yisrael in the proper, healthy way, as the Rebbe many times discussed. Although their teacher, Rabbi Akiva, says, "V'havta l'reacha kamocha zeh klal gadol b'Torah," is a rule of Torah is loving your fellow person, but they were loving the fellow person in a way how they saw it's best for this person to behave themselves. When they didn't see people behave properly, so it bothered them, and it caused friction. But if you were really nullified self, you'd be able to love unconditionally what your beloved loves. I want to wish everyone a good Shabbos and a healthy Shabbos. It's Ani Hashem Rafa'echa. It's the Parshas of Tazria Metzora. The Rebbe talks about in 1991 how both the Parshas of Tazria Metzora is so much connected to the idea of Mashiach, especially B'Yom Shmini. The number Shmini we know from the Iyar is the idea of Mashiach, and the idea of the Isha, the woman who goes out and Tazria, she plants, she makes this world in Tadira a resting place for Hashem, that may be Zoicha. That this year we should have unconditional love for each other in a way that brings that our Avos Yisrael actually is a reflection and is an expression of our Avos Hashem to the Gilui, to the revelations of Mashiach, where it's all going to be one, and we're going to see the oneness in our open eyes and maybe be zeicha to the Yula Shlema this week. Good Shabbos.